What movie is a 0 out of 10 with no redeeming features? I host a trash B-movie group with my friends. We enjoy these movies for their unintended silliness, being over the top, weirdness, and so on. There are also some true gems to be found among them once you start enjoying the genre. We used to vote on the movies after having watched them. Only one animated movie ever scored a perfect 0, The Little Panda Fighter.
There are also some true gems to be found among them. Are they truly outrageous? Have you all reviewed the Velocipaster by any chance?
The difficult part of evaluating the true worst movie when you get used to terrible movies is that the actual worst movies aren't the worst made movies. They're the most boring movies. For me, it's between Battlefield Earth, John Travolta and his Scientology pal's worst movie to date, in my opinion, and that Shane Dawson movie. I can't remember the name of it and can't be bothered to look it up. That was all about poop jokes that Zachary Quinto took his name off of because it was so bad. Both were garbage movies. Edit. Looked it up and the movie was called Not Cool. Cats 2019 was so bad I couldn't even enjoy it ironically. Literally nothing worked, from the CGI to the plot to the weird sexual tension between the cat people. Thank goodness they've given up on trying to shove James Corden down our throats. For me, it gets a 1 out of 10 for the choreography. Underneath all the terrible CGI, there were some talented dancers on a green screen soundstage somewhere. The few people I met who actually are fans of the musical even hated the film. They said it was worse than a bad acid trip. Oh, I got one. Aragon. I had recently read the books and Lord of the Rings was a thing. They had the framework for what could have been a great trilogy, following what Lord of the Rings did, but they had to skip so many big story beats for the paltry 130-ish minutes. I always get mad at this movie a little bit more when this topic comes up. 14 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with terminal leukemia. One evening, she wanted to watch the movie Mamma Mia. None of us had ever seen it, so my dad and I sat down with her. It really wasn't our thing. My dad and I enjoy horror, thriller, sci-fi, action, you name it. We don't enjoy whatever type of film Mamma Mia is supposed to be. But you sit through it because your dying mom has requested it. The movie finished and we sat there in silence for a minute or two. Finally, my mom pipes up, "I think that actually gave me more cancer." 0 out of 10 movie, but 10 out of 10 delivery.
God damn, I'd like to report a murder.
My high school football coach had cancer and told the team chemo was less painful than watching us play. That actually gave me more cancer. Pierce Brosnan out there killing songs and people. United Passions. Has a well-deserved 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a FIFA propaganda piece showing how courageous the poor, misunderstood executives of FIFA are. It was funded primarily by FIFA itself. It made something like $900 on its opening release weekend in the US. It came out at the same time the massive corruption scandals were being revealed about FIFA. Perfect timing. The stars and director have disavowed it. Tim Roth said he's never seen it and only did it for the budget, $32 million US. Box office, $168,132. I mean, wow, that is something else. Sepp Blatter's Money Pit pet project. It's one of the reasons he got canned soon after. I love that they tried to paint Havelange in a bright light with Sam Neill as him. I got a lot of chuckles over that. It's a good thing the new FIFA head, Infantino, hasn't said or done anything catastrophically stupid that would make him worse than Havelange. By the way, I just came out of a cave I accidentally fell into on Halloween 2004. What did I miss? The timing of United Passions coming out during the FIFA corruption scandal is the kind of thing a screenwriter would reject for being too on the nose. Truth really is stranger than fiction. The Last Airbender movie. The acting was terrible, the script was terrible, the CGI didn't match the sound effects. Every part of that movie was awful. And that's without even mentioning the legendary source material it disrespected. The Emoji Movie is up there. It felt cheap, forced, and like a long ad more than an actual movie. Patrick Stewart voiced Poop. I'm not going to say that makes the movie good, but it is funny, so 1 out of 10. As overdone as the core message of self-acceptance is, it isn't a bad message, so that's something good about the movie, I think. The Emoji Movie is a product of the soulless corporate world we live in, but it has plenty of redeeming qualities. The core story and message are decent, the animation and voice acting are good.
It is far more tolerable than the actual bottom-of-the-barrel stuff they churn out in kids' media. Jack and Jill. I hate watch it with a friend every 10 years as a tradition, a new tradition. There just isn't a single redeeming factor in that movie. If you've been fortunate enough to not know what it is, it's a movie where Adam Sandler plays himself and his twin sister, who's just an even more annoying version of Adam Sandler in drag. They even have Al Pacino look like a moron in that movie. In older seasons of Survivor, they used to have a movie night as a possible reward for a challenge. Easy cross-promotion, I guess. For example, snacks and getting to watch an upcoming film from a screen in an impromptu jungle theater. One season, the movie was Jack and Jill. The whole segment was super awkward, and I couldn't help but laugh when the winning contestants half-heartedly applauded the movie with faked smiles frozen on their faces. I unironically find it to be a hilarious 90-minute setup to a single punchline. Al Pacino declaring that you can't show this to anybody. My internal interpretation is that he is talking about the film and not the Dunkin' commercial. Jack and Jill is experimental comedic art. It's the Aristocrats in a new mainstream package. The Emoji Movie. It says a lot when the highlight of the movie is Patrick Stewart as a talking piece of poop. 365 Days, an erotic romance in which a woman is sexually assaulted by a rich gangster until she falls in love with him. Like, it's legitimate kidnapping and assault until she's so turned on that she marries her kidnapper. Even as trashy romances go, this one is just insulting and disgusting. Couldn't agree more with this. I'm a woman, but I can't quite understand their fascination with this movie. Ironic because in real life, kidnappers should be thrown to hell. I automatically dismiss movies with an amount of time in the title. I believe they're telling us how long it is going to last. Return to Silent Hill. Based on the trailer, I figured it would be pretty bad, but holy crap, it was completely terrible. Silent Hill Revelation is also dog shit. Its one redeeming factor is that Kit Harington's American accent is so bad it's funny. Lokeisha. On top of it being washed-up Gen X comedian dog shit, there's literally a rendering error message in the middle of the movie. God's Not Dead. It's the cinematic equivalent of those old made-up Facebook stories where someone claims they stood up in class and defeated the dictator-type professor that always ends with the entire class cheering. I disagree. If you can get past the real-world terror of there being an audience for this, it is an amazing so-bad-it's-good movie. Dean Cain lecturing his girlfriend for ruining his celebration with her cancer diagnosis is amazing. What's funny is I'm generally a Christian, and even I thought it was extremely cringe. That thing at the end where they step out of character and ask you to send God's Not Dead to everyone in your contacts, my friend literally pulled out their phone to do that. I actually laughed when the movie even included a scene where the professor runs to Jesus in the rain. He gets literally killed and prays to Jesus so he can get into heaven at the last minute. It's all awful. Everything about it was awful. I found those movies immensely entertaining for all the wrong reasons. However, we are totally screwed as a species because of that film's target audience, so it becomes less and less funny over time. So, I'll allow it. Fair. Leonard Part 6. Bill Cosby should have been locked away for that, and it would have saved so many women. My late mom was a huge John Travolta fan. She raised me on Grease and Saturday Night Fever. As I got older, I found my own stride with Travolta movies. Pulp Fiction, Face Off, The General's Daughter. Naturally, I figured, hey, you can't go wrong with this guy. I was wrong. Quite wrong after Battlefield Earth. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.